After World War II ended in 1945, there were some Japanese soldiers that didn't surrender until the 1970s. After the war ended, there were tens of thousands of Japanese soldiers scattered throughout Asia who didn't surrender for years, and in Manchuria alone, there were 20,000 Japanese troops who didn't surrender until 1948. Now, many of them received the order to surrender, but they simply didn't trust it, and they had it drilled into them that surrender was the ultimate shame, which is why many Japanese soldiers and high-ranking military officials took their own lives rather than surrendering. The final Japanese holdout to surrender was Taro Nakamura in Indonesia in December of 1974. Now, to put that in perspective, that was only a few months after Richard Nixon had resigned the American presidency. Many of the holdouts were still actively fighting into the 1970s. For example, Kinshichi Kozuka actually died in 1972 in a shootout with the Philippine police. The most famous of the holdouts was Hiro Onoda, who held out until 1974 as well, and he refused to surrender until his commanding officer flew to the island he was holding out on in the Philippines and relieved him of his command, and he died in 2014. It's likely there were many holdouts that were simply never found, and there were even reports of there still being holdouts in parts of the Philippines into the 1980s. What this shows you is that when loyalty, fear, and isolation collide, a war can end on paper but can continue going on for decades in the minds of the men who never received the order to stop fighting.